From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2427, this is Ham Nation Headlines for Wednesday, May 8th, 2024. Our top story takes us to Pennsylvania, which is hoping to become the next state in the U.S. to ban most drivers from using handheld wireless devices while on the road. The bill is stirring emotions in a worried ham radio community.
The Pennsylvania State Senate is poised to consider a measure that would prohibit motorists' use of handheld communication devices, especially cell phones. The bill, sponsored by Senator Rosemary Brown, passed in the state's House of Representatives in early April. The other house of the state assembly, the Senate, is its last stop before the governor's desk, where it would become law once signed. The bill does contain some exemptions. Handheld use is permitted, for example, by emergency responders. According to several reports, amateur radio was also exempted in the original language of the bill, but was later removed in the House Transportation Committee. Miles A. Wicker, Jr., W3ICK, the ARRL's Pennsylvania State Government Liaison, told Newsline in an email that the bill, known as SB 37, remains a hot topic among amateurs throughout the state. He said he reached out to Nolan Ritchie, Executive Director of the Senate Transportation Committee, to explain that without an amateur radio exemption, the impact on hams would be damaging, especially for those involved in emergency communications. Miles told Newsline, quote, "He thanked me for providing the information and stated that they are working toward a resolution. As of today, this is where we sit." This is Sel Emby, KB3 TZD.
Amateur Radio Newsline shares the deep sorrow of our colleagues at CQ Magazine, who have announced that the magazine's publisher has become a silent key. Richard Dick Ross, K2MGA, who became publisher of CQ Magazine in 1979, after serving as its editor in the 1960s, became a silent key on Saturday, April 27th. His achievements in the amateur radio publishing universe were many. As president of CQ Communications, Inc., he published a number of magazine titles, including Popular Communications, CQ VHF, CQ Contest, World Radio Online, Communications Quarterly, CB Radio, Electronic Servicing and Technology, Modern Electronics, Microcomputer Journal, and the Music and Computer Educator. He also oversaw production and publication of CQ books and calendars, as well as the CQ Video Library. Dick was a friend to Newsline, and we could always count on CQ Magazine's support of Newsline's Bill Pasternak Memorial Young Ham of the Year Award. In 2010, Dick was honored at Dayton Hamvention, where he received the Special Achievement Award. We at Newsline express our sympathy to Dick's family and his CQ colleagues. We're all grieving with you. As Newsline went to production, it was not known what plans would be made for CQ Magazine's future. A memorial service will be scheduled for Dick sometime later. Dick was 84. A researcher in Iceland is calling satellites a hazard to the protective shield around the Earth, known as the magnetosphere.
A research paper by an American physicist has been stirring concern about the impact of satellite re-entries on the Earth's magnetosphere. The scientist, Sierra Salter Hunt, a doctoral candidate at the University of Iceland, writes that magnetic dust generated at the time of satellite re-entry could eventually destroy the planet's protective shield, a concern accelerated in recent years by the proliferation of commercial satellite megaconstellations such as the Starlink network. An article on the Spacecom website notes that although meteors are known to burn up as they enter our atmosphere, their makeup is not the same as the man-made satellites. Several media reports say that the research paper's theory has been questioned by other scientists who nevertheless agree that the impact of satellites burning up upon re-entry does require further study. Sierra Salter Hunt told Spacecom that she's grateful there's been such a robust response. She said, quote, "I wanted to get the conversation started," end quote. This is Jeremy Bucci for NJH.
A reminder, the nominating period for the Bill Pasternak WA6ITF Memorial Young Ham of the Year Award is now open and runs through midnight Eastern on Friday, May 31st. More information and a nominating form can be found at arnewsline.org under the Awards tab. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news since 1976 at arnewsline.org. With Sel Emby, KB3TZD, Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe, I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW. 7-3. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.